Hello everyone, my name is Oliver Garrett and my chosen issue is housing. More importantly, the housing crisis going on in Australia currently. My solution to this issue is a housing access and activation hub, which I've called Homes Above Hubs, also known as HAH, and it is a practical way to put housing and help in the same place. The housing crisis in Australia is a major problem and is ever growing. Here are the key statistics that help prove this. Over 500,000 homes have been short of the target in 2025. 30.6% of people rent their home. The discrepancy between price to income ratio is absolutely obscene, and the time it takes to save for a house deposit has increased to over 10 years. Additionally, many households spend more than a third of their income on rent. Now, the services that could help this, being healthcare, legal advice, childcare, job support, are scattered across the city. Now, that means that there are long bus rides, missed appointments, and people dropping out. HAH asks a simple question. What if housing lived in the same address as all these services? Now, you must be asking yourself the question, what is HAH? Now, HAH, being Homes Above Hubs, is a mixed-use building. Levels 2 to 5, roughly, are affordable homes. Level 6 is a skills and study hub. The roof carries solar panels and a small garden, and the ground level adapts to the site. In some places, it holds essential services. In others, it becomes a station concourse. Same idea, just two ways to deliver it. Now, who is it for? Well, entry is very simple. Residents come through referrals from councils, schools, and local NGOs. Eligibility is transparent, as rent is capped at 25 to 30% of income. On day one, people receive a starter kit, linen, basic cookware, and a transport card, so the first night is safe and settled. As the HAH system may be hard to implement into every area, we have identified two models that can suit each area. The first one being a service-anchored model, where the ground floor is a clinic, legal and financial aid services, community kitchen, and flexible childcare. Now, the second one is a transit-anchored HAH, where the ground floor becomes a train station concourse that allows people to transport to different areas that have the essential services that aren't able to be introduced into their HAH. Here is the diagram of a transport-oriented HAH. Now, in the transit-anchored model, the ground floor is a train station concourse that activates the street, improves safety, and creates lease income for small shops. Residents have a reliable transport literally downstairs. Now, there is also an upstairs area for specialists to be able to talk to each other and also get that sense of community. In the services anchored model, every day helps sit downstairs. You can see the rooms such as the clinic, advice, kitchen, childcare, doctors. All people can sort of life admin on their way home without crossing town. It is calm, it is predictable, and it removes two big barriers, travel time and scheduling. Now, ideally, each resident has one key worker and a weekly check-in. In the services anchored HAH, supports are downstairs. In the TAHAH, supports are one level up in pods, and bigger courses run on level 6. Over 12 to 24 months, the targets a steady income, a small savings buffer, and a more into long-term housing. The journey is clear and supported. Now, there will be additional apartments, but for these ones, they will be auctioned off and used to subsidize those of the essential workers. Both of the models will use a blended approach. Capital costs over the modular homes, fit out, and if it's the transit model, the station's interface. Now, operating costs will cover staff, utilities, and building management. The revenues are capped rents, ground floor leases, and targeted grants or impact investments. Now, the transport-anchored HAH often has a higher interface costs, but stronger lease revenue and unbeatable access to transport, whereas the service-anchored HAH costs less to interface and offers the closest access to care. Pick the model that fits the site needed. The main KPIs would be decreased rent burden, decreased crisis nights, improved employment study, improved school attendance, and improved well-being. whereas the main risks and safeguards would be community pushback, funding, timing, and safety and operations. Overall, though, this seems to be an optimal solution to the housing crisis. Here are my references, and thank you for